full staff for housekeeping and cooking for 7 couples, 14 people. Who's going to start that bidding? Where it have been now 16, it have been now 25,000. Who's going to be 25,000 bid? Bidder to buy it have been now $25,000. I need a $25,000 opening bid. It have been now 25. Who's going to be 25,000? It have been now 25. Divide that between 7 couples. It's only about 3,500 to 3,700 bucks a piece. It have been now $35,000. It have been out 25,000. I need a $25,000 opening bid. Who's going to be 25,000? Where? It have been out 25. Who's going to be 25,000, folks? It have been out 25. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, we need $25,000. It's for you and 13 other people. 7 couples can go to Chianti for $25,000. 20,000 square foot villa. It have been out 25. Who's going to be 25,000? Where? It have been out 25. Let's get 25,000. It have been out 25. Who's going to be 25,000? Where? It have been out 25,000. Come on, folks. It have been out 25,000. You heard this man. He said bid as much as you can. It have been out 25. Who's going to be 25,000? It have been out 25,000. Where? It have been out 25. You want to lower it? We're good. What do you want to do? All right, I'll tell you what. I want some competition here, so I'll tell you what we do. I'm going to break it down a notch. $20,000. Who's going to be 20,000? Do I got a $20,000 bid right there now? 21. I got a $20,000 bid looking for 21,000. It's been a 21 right there now. 22. 21,000. Need 22,000. It's been a $22,000. I see you, sir. You don't see me, but I see you. I got 20,000. It's been now 22. It's been now 21 in the back. Need 22,000. I got a $21,000 bid. Better to buy it. It's been now 21. Looking for $22,000. It's been now 22 right there now. 23. 22. It's been now 23,000. Where it have been out 23. I got a $22,000 bid right there. Now 23, looking for $24,000. I got a $23,000 bid looking for 24. It have been out $24. Go get him, Josh, at 24. I got a $23,000 bid looking for 24,000. It have been out 24,000. Where? I got a $23,000 bid to my left. It have been out 24. It have been out 24,000. It have been out 24. 24 there now 5 and now 25. Y'all made me take the long way to get there. All right, let's hear some noise. Watch the video. 24,000. It have been out 25. Who's going to be 25,000? Where it have been out 25? I got 24,000 looking for 25,000. It have been out 25,000. It have been out 25. It's only $1,000 more, sir. It have been out 25. I got 24,000 behind me. It have been out 25. 24 and a half. It have been out 24.5. I'll take it. 24.5. Now 25. Then it have been out 25,000. I got 24.5. It have been out 25. Who's going to be 25,000? Where it have been out 25. You're out. Need $500 more. Talk to him for 25. It have been out 25,000. It have been out 25. See what they want, Chad. I got 24.5. Need 25,000. Who's going to be 25,000? Where? No. 24.5. Need 25. Better now 25,000. Who's going to be 25 there? I'll tell you what. You're the one who asked for $500 increments now. 25.5, better now 25 and a half, it been now 25.5. I got a $25,000 bid, better to buy it, better now 25.5, better now 25.5.
Sell it 3 times. Sell it 3 times.
25.5, better now 25 and a half, it been now 25.5. I'll tell you what, I got some interest here. I'll tell you what, I see this table over here. What table number is that? Table number 2. What table number we have in the back, Josh? What table number is that, Barry? 24. I got 3 people that are looking at this. If each one of you will give me $25,000, I will sell each one of you a trip at $25,000, the opening minimum bid. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Habitat for Humanity, one money, $25,000, 3 trips. Let's do this. Do we have a buyer right there at 25,000? They're in at 25,000 to buyer number 339 wants one at $25,000. Buyer number 339 wants one at $25,000. What about you, Barry? This young man wants it at 25,000? Come on, ladies and gentlemen. He needs a little encouragement. And there goes Mr. Paul to him. Here goes Mr. Paul to him. Here we go, here we go, here we go. 25,000 one time. You get all the time in Italy. Come on, sir. It'd have been out 25. I'll tell you what, he was in at 24 and a half. It'd have been out 24.5. You were already in at 24.5. You wanted at 24.5? You were in at 24 and a half. You wanted at 24.5? 24.5. You want it for 24 and a half? You were in. Won money. Here we go. Sold it for $24,500. 24 and a half had been a 24.5. Listen, to make it fair, we're going to drop you to 24.5. To make it fair, both are at 24.5. Tell the clerk, 24.5. 168. Fire number 168. Thank you so much for your contribution, and thank you so much for your contribution. One more. Yeah, but what about you, sir? Did you want one for 24 and a half? See if they wanted it, Josh. Work it, work it, work it, Josh. 24.5, washed it. All right, we got two sold at 24.5. Two sold at 24.5. Hey, everybody put your hands together. That's a lot of money to give out there. There you go, I like it. All right, now everybody clapping. If you're clapping right now, I want you to bid on this next item. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna let you know, first off, this is the last item, and I wanna thank you in advance for making this fun. I had a good time tonight. You guys done very well. I'm gonna offer this last item for you. It's live auction item number 707. Live auction item number 707. I got 3 words to describe this one. Cabo Getaway. Cabo Getaway. You get 5 days, 4-night stay at one of the Baja Peninsula's most luxurious gated communities, where you will stay in a 4-bedroom beachfront villa with views of the Sea of Cortez. Ladies and gentlemen, this package includes a private butler, a private chef, which will cook breakfast and lunch, a personal golf cart, and access to beachfront property, your private beach club, access to the private beach club. All right, Cabo Getaway, 5 days, 4 nights for a 4-bedroom beachfront villa, butler, chef, golf cart, and a beach club. Last item, if you hadn't had the chance to give, now's the opportunity. Let's go out with a bang. Let's start it. $10,000. Who's going to be $10,000? Where? Not $10,000. I need a $10,000 right there. 10,000 now, 10 and a half, better now 10.5, better now 10 and a half. I got a $10,000 bid, better buy it now 10.5. Who's going to be 10.5? Better now 10 and a half, better now 10.5. Last item, it would have been a 10.5, now 11. They're in at 10.5, I need 11,000. It would have been $11,000. Where? Who's going to be 11? 10.5, better now 11. Who's going to be $11,000? Better now $11,000. Where? I got a $10,500 bid. I need 11,000. It would have been $11,000. Where? Who's going to be 11? Come on, last item. It's Cabo, baby. 10.5, I need 11. Who's going to be $11,000? It'd have been $11,000. Where? It'd have been 11. 10. Are you just, ma'am? Is that a brochure or is that a bidder number? All right, be careful now. You might end up in Cabo and not even know it. 10.5, it'd have been $11,000. Who's going to be $11,000? Where? It'd have been $11,000. Who's going to be 11? I got 10.5, it'd have been 11. Look, let's watch this video. Let's watch this video. If you watch it long enough, Barry will start dancing. Ladies and gentlemen, just heads up, these are just actors. They do not come with the villa, okay? Because if they do, I know these bids would be going up. I might ask for a better number. 10.5, now 15, better now 20 and a half, better now 25. They come with it. All right, keep your eyes on it. Here we go. 10.5, now 11. Who's going to be $11,000? It'd have been now $11,000. Where? I got 10.5 looking for 11. It'd have been now $11,000. Who's going to be $11,000? Last item. 5 days, 4 nights for $11,000. It'd have been now $11,000. Where? Who's going to be $11,000? It'd have been now 11. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. 10.5 looking for 11. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a $20,000 value. All right, it's $20,000. This is a steal. All right, I don't want to let it go for 10-5. Let's have a little competition. Let's put some noise together. Last item. Let's do this. 10-5. It'd have been now 11. Who's going to be 11,000? It'd have been now $11,000. Where it'd have been now 11. 10-5. It'd have now 11,000. It'd have now 11,000. Who's going to be $11,000? Guys, do not bid because you don't have a friend to go with. All right, I can find you one. Here we go. 11,000. It'd have been now 11. Who's going to be 11? 11,000 right there. Big Mama got 11. 11,000 now, 11 and a half. It'd have been now 11.5. I got $11,000 bid looking for 11.5. It'd have been now 11.5. It'd have been now 11.5. 11,000 looking for 11.5. Where was my bidder at 10.5? I need 11 and a half now. It'd have been now 11.5. I got a $11,000 bid looking for 11 and a half. It'd have been now 11.5. You're gonna come up with 11.5? Where they at, Josh? It'd have been now 11.5. They coming up with 11.5. It'd have been now 11 and a half. It'd have been now 11.5. I got 11,000 in the back. It'd have been now 11 and a half. Who's going to be 11.5? It'd now 11.5. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to give you a couple more seconds to watch a video. 11,000 looking for 11 and a half. It'd now 11 and a half. It'd now 11.5. Last call for 11.5. It'd now 11.5. Sold it right there for $11,000 to buyer number 182. Buyer number 182. She's raising her hand because she knows she's got a heck of a deal on that one. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, my name is Rick Grassi, and it was my pleasure to help you guys this evening. You made it fun. Thank you very much. Let's get a round of applause for all the bidders and everybody for participating. Thank you very much.
And another big round of applause for Rick Grassi, who really worked hard tonight. Nice job, Rick. Thank you all for your contributions. Those were some spectacular trips, so congratulations to all of our winning bidders. You have not only purchased spectacular trips, you have helped fund Homes for Habitat. Thank you so much. To understand what that really means, please direct your attentions to the screens for a video.
I was 30. I'm a single mom. I was looking for a house. It was like really hard. I can't go out and get that conventional loan that everybody else can get. And so Habitat is just making this real for me.
When we approve somebody and get to call and say, you're in the program. I mean, people cry, I cry. It's just it's a beautiful thing.
It's changed my life.
The people that we serve are fantastic people who just never caught a break.
People like Jennifer Hutzler, a single mother whose 3 children are overjoyed at the prospect of having their own home.
It means everything to them. You know, we went through, after I divorced their dad, we went through the bad marriage, as I call it, because he was abusive to them. He was abusive to me. And so it's like their freedom.
When Jennifer first applied for a Montgomery County Habitat home, she was denied, but undaunted.
I was told I was given the most positive rejection anyone has ever heard, because I was told exactly what to do. I was told, go get ABC, these 3 different things taken care of, and come back to us.
One thing on the list, a poor credit score, a common challenge many Habitat applicants must overcome.
We spend a lot of time counseling with people about credit.
Board member Ron Brandt is co-chair of Montgomery County Habitat's Family Selection Committee.
We don't have a credit score requirement, you know, like a typical financial institution would, but it's important for the long-term sustainability of the organization that our partner families repay the mortgages so that we can build the next house.
It's a hand up, not a handout. Biggest misnomer is that we give away houses, and that's really not true. These families actually purchase these houses through a 20-year zero-interest mortgage.
Vivi Carrillo is a cafeteria manager in the Conroe ISD and wasn't sure if she'd ever be able to purchase a home for her family.
Renting is so high right now. I'm paying like $700, and they told me the loan is gonna be like $550.
In these houses, because of our zero interest and the affordable nature of these houses, they're paying no more than 25% of their take-home income.
For Vivi and her friend Catherine, that's huge. They work together and will soon be next-door neighbors. They're only too happy to put in the required sweat equity to realize their dream of home ownership.
350 hours in total before they are actually given the opportunity to purchase the house.
Well, I started out helping other people with their houses.
And now Catherine Matamoros is working on her own home, and her 13-year-old son will finally have his own room.
I put in the hours there, and now once I started on my house, now I'm working on my house. So, and I get to be a part of building it.
The homeowner has a lot of responsibility in this relationship because they are out there putting their own time into this house. They also learn about financial education.
We hold classes at the Habitat office, and those classes are things like budgeting, homeowner skills.
Alicia Williams will need those skills when she and her 3 children move into their home. She's worked at Kroger for more than 20 years and is still pinching herself about this extraordinary opportunity.
Just having your own house, you know, something that you can call your own. We finally have this stable place. Very exciting for me to actually say, like, oh, this is gonna be my house, I got my own room.
The whole process is pretty exciting for the volunteers too. They are men and women who represent a variety of companies and churches in Montgomery County, and for 6 months to a year, dedicate their Saturdays to building homes. They all recognize the importance of the Montgomery County Habitat mission, not only to each family, but the community as a whole.
When you start working with Habitat, you understand that you're out there trying to connect not only to build the home with the family, but to help them be successful in the future.
Habitat brings stability to the whole household. There's a lot of great data about how much improved high school graduation rates are and college attendance and graduation for kids that live in Habitat houses.
Wendy and Rodney Shelton are walking examples of Montgomery County Habitat's impact. As the first homeowners in Cedar Creek, the couple who met and still work in the Conroe ISD have watched their community and their family thrive. Wendy still gets choked up at the thought of what it meant to be accepted into the program.
I'd have a home.
The American dream of home ownership, no longer a dream denied, now a dream come true for the Sheltons and hundreds of Montgomery County Habitat families.
It's truly a blessing.
We really appreciate it, and we really do thank them so much.
I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do with my own bedroom.
Without this, I wouldn't have this chance. So this is absolutely life-changing for me.
I can't thank them enough. This has changed my life. I mean, for my children.
You heard from those homeowners, and now we get to hear from one in person. Please welcome Habitat homeowner Christina Mink, who will share her story of how Habitat for Humanity changed her life. Here we go, Christina.
Wow, this has been a fun night. I'm honored to be here. My name is Christina Mink, and I stand here in front of you today, and I say that so easily to each and every one of you. But I want to tell you a story of a couple of years ago when I started out this homeowner program, when it wasn't quite so easy for me. I applied for the Habitat for Humanity. I found out that I could qualify for a home and possibly have something to call mine. And when I found out that I qualified, I fit the spectrum of what they were looking for. I was so excited. And I went home and I told my parents, I said, I'm gonna have a home. I'm gonna have a place for me and my kids, and it's gonna be a safe place. And I'm gonna tell you, my dad was not real receptive to it. He completely shut my whole dream down. He said that I was a disgrace to the family, and that he was ashamed of me because I was asking for help. No one wants to hear those words from their parents. So this is really, really hard for me. and I tore my application up. And I went home, and I cried, and I tried to figure out, what am I gonna do? How am I ever gonna have a home? I can't qualify for a home. I don't meet the requirements to make a home loan. Nobody's gonna ever accept me. So I stewed on that for probably about another 6 months. And I took a look around at my environment that I was in, and it wasn't a safe environment for my daughter or my grandson to be in. And I decided I had to make the change. I had to do whatever it took to make a better place for my family, and I had to do it for myself. So once again, I went back to the meeting a second time, and knowing I already qualified for the requirements for Habitat for Humanity, I went back, did it again, filled out the paperwork. I had it with me. It was a Saturday morning. And after that, I went to church because I work with the kids in the Sunday school classroom, and I was preparing my classroom that morning for Sunday school the next day. And I had dropped my information in the choir room so that I could go work in the kids' room and redecorate the room for the kids. Saturday morning, everybody's there I'm there by myself. Nobody's there on a Saturday morning. I was safe with my stuff in the choir room. So I thought. My choir director decided that was a perfect day for her to come in to do some stuff for her choir music too. So she looks at me and she says, "Christina, are you doing this? Are you getting a home?" She was real excited for me. And I said, yeah, I'm gonna do that, but please just don't tell anybody. Just feeling the disgrace that my dad put me through, I just didn't want anybody knowing that I was applying for a Habitat home once again. So she said she wouldn't, and she prayed with me, and she kept me in her prayers, and she kept checking up on me every Sunday. "Have you heard anything yet? Have you heard anything yet? Are you accepted? Are you in the program?" I'm like, not yet, not yet. So finally I get accepted, and I tell her, "Miss Virginia, I gotta let you know something. I have finally been accepted to the program." She was so excited for me. And I was still feeling shame from my parents. Well, from my dad, not my mom. And it was just a hard thing for me. Didn't want to disappoint my family. I told Miss Virginia before I ever told my mom and dad. So that Sunday morning that I told her, I was roped up for choir, walked into the choir room so that I could do our Sunday morning choir practice, and Miss Virginia says, "Hey everybody, Christina has an announcement to tell you." She didn't tell anybody, she kept her word. I'm telling you, my jaw just dropped, and I looked at her, and I said, "What?" And then I looked around at everybody in the choir, and I just kind of buried my head, and I said, "I'm applying for a house, and I'm getting accepted, and I'm gonna be a homeowner soon." But I said that with such shame. But they didn't see that as a shame. They encouraged me. They loved me, they prayed for me, and they gave me every step that I need just to keep putting one step forward and the other. As my dad told me, he's not, that he was ashamed of me. If it wasn't for my church, I don't know that I would have had that encouragement that I needed to keep going. I applied for the Habitat. They came out, they did a house assessment, I qualified. I started working on houses. I started building houses, putting in sweat equity hours, working hard, I've worked on 7 homes. I've worked on 7 other family homes. I'm in my home. I've been here for about 9 months. Mid-June, we'll be there for 1 year. Thank you. Want to know what you got? I wanted to let you guys know where I came from. This, I had this transition that was very, very hard for me. From my dad, well, was one barrier that I had to overcome. Like I said, he didn't, there were people in my church that knew before my parents knew that I was going to do this. And they eventually, I don't know, a couple of years later, it wasn't till I signed my papers on my house, till my dad accepted this, and he told me he was proud of me. Although he was my biggest obstacle, he finally did come around and tell me that he was proud of me for doing that. Where I lived before, I didn't know my neighbors. I didn't want to know my neighbors. I just knew that they came in at all hours of the night, or the drug deals were going down next door, or I didn't feel safe, walking outside in my neighborhood. It certainly wasn't a place for my grandson to grow up. I know that 2 a.m. there'd be a horn honking in the middle of the night, lights coming in, horn honking for the next drug deal to go down. It gets old. I just want you to know that's where I was, and where I am at now is so different. I know my neighbors. I've built 7 other homes with them, worked side by side with them. We've got a strong community. When we need something, we can lean on each other. We all have the same goal in mind. We want to better ourselves. We want a good environment for our kids to grow up in. We have a safe community to live in. I couldn't ask for anything more. What Habitat for Humanity in Conroe has done has built a neighborhood, a safe neighborhood for our kids to grow up. And I'm a proud homeowner. Like I said, several years ago was hard, and here I stand before you today to tell you I'm a proud homeowner. Besides the sweat equity hours that we put in before we can get our home, we also had to go through some classes. You saw that in the video. That was part of the requirements to go through the classes. My daughter and I both took a financial class, and we took it together. She was old enough that we could take it together. I want to tell you what that means to me. I'm so glad that she was able to take that with me, because it was something that I could teach her. Myself, her, and I both still use this financial piece together. When we're trying to figure out how we're going to do something, well, do we have it in the budget? How are we going to do it? We sit down and we make a plan, and we do it. Habitat for Humanity wants us to go through these classes because they want us to keep our homes as much as we want to keep our homes. And I feel like it's given my daughter, I can't, being able to pass that down to my daughter and my grandson. Eventually, we'll be teaching him financial planning as well. It's a gift. It's an amazing gift. To this day, I want you to know that my daughter, she's really into this financial planning. She's got a car. She has a car that she's paid off in 3 years. Thank you for the financial piece that we have. She's also paid off her student loan. So, I mean, this means a lot. It has made a big impact for me and my family to be able to have a safe place to live, the financial piece behind us, be able to sit down together and make a plan together. And I've had people ask me, well, I have a friend who needs a house. How can I help them do that? And the first thing I want to say is you can't. They have to make that decision just as I had to overcome my father. They have to make that decision for themselves. They have to put in the sweat equity hours. But I can say that you can encourage them. You can pray with them. You can start the processes with them by going to their very first meeting. But you can't do it for them. Somehow there's an illusion that I've got a free home. I don't have a free home, but I have an affordable home, one that I can afford. If it wasn't for the Habitat for Humanity program, If it wasn't for Habitat for Humanity program, I would not have a home. I wouldn't be able to get qualified. I would never pass a loan to be in a home. I'd never be able to afford it. And if I did get accepted, I'd probably lose it because I couldn't afford it. What Habitat Humanity offers me is a home at a 0% interest rate, making it affordable for families like mine, giving us a safe place, a safe environment to live. I can't even express to you guys today what it means to me to be able to be in this Habitat for Humanity program, be accepted into the program, to have a home that soon will be completely mine. And I just want to thank everybody, for the opportunities like this. It is a great program, and I love my home. I love my home. I love a safe place, and you're making differences in lives like mine. Thank you.
Let me say for 1 second. Oh, look at you're getting your standing ovation. Beautiful job. Beautiful job, Christina. She was so nervous, and she did such a beautiful job. This is the time now when everyone can truly impact the work that Habitat is doing for people like Christina. I'm going to let you sit down and relax. I'm going to explain what each level of contribution represents. And if you feel you can support, you can do it through your mobile device, or you can raise your bidder number and a representative will come to you. I'll go through this quickly, then we're going to backtrack. $25,000 covers the cost of land, lot infrastructure, and foundation. $10,000 installs electric and plumbing for one house. $5,000 supports the roofing materials and installation for one house. $2,500 flooring materials. $1,000 funds windows and doors. $500 nails and hardware. $250 purchases lighting fixtures or interior blinds for one house. So let's start the bidding, shall we? At $25,000, and that covers the cost of land, lot infrastructure, and the foundation. So things get started with $25,000.
Yes, ma'am, it does. If there's anybody out there want to give a one-time pledge of $25,000, I'm going to ask that you put your bidder number in the air and let the ring acknowledge your number. It's a one-time pledge, $25,000. Does anybody out there want to do that? Come on, who's going to give us 25 and now 25,000? Who's going to give 25,000 where? I need to bid one pledge, 25,000. It's been now 25,000. Anybody able to get now 25,000? It's been now 25 for a home? Anybody want to give one pledge of 25,000?
We can move to 10.
All right, let's do that then. Let's go down to the $10,000. It's still a lot of money.
That installs, I'm sorry, I was going to say electric and plumbing for one house. $10,000, electric and plumbing.
All right, there you have it, $10,000 pledge. Can I get some bidder numbers in the air for a $10,000 pledge? Anybody give me now 10,000? 10,000 for electric and plumbing. Can I get $10,000? That'd have been now $10,000. Where would have been now 10,000? Let me get a $10,000 pledge. It'd have been now 10. Who's going to be $10,000? It'd have been now 10. Anybody now 10,000? It'd have been now 10. I need to see some paddles up now for 10,000. It'd have been now 10.
5,000. We can always go back. 5,000 supports roofing materials and installation for one house. Roofing materials and installation.
All right. Let's see some bidder numbers for roofing materials and installation. $5,000 pledge. Let me see some bidder numbers go up for 5,000. Who's going to give us $5,000? It'd have now $5,000. Where would have now 5? I need a $5,000 pledge. Anybody out there going to pledge 5,000? It's been a one-time pledge. $5,000 for roofing. Anybody now 5,000? All right, ladies and gentlemen, 5,000. It's been now 5,000.
2,500 provides flooring materials for one house. 2,500 flooring materials for one home.
All right, let's get some 2,500.
Thank you.
Here we
Thank
go,
you.
here we go, here we go. Everybody's going. I got 2,500 here. Chad. $2,500 to buyer number 202. Buyer number 202. 382. Buyer number 382
Thank
for
you, thank you.
$2,500 donation. 261. Buyer number 261 for $2,500. Buyer number 273. Buyer number 273 contributes $2,500.
Awesome.
Buyer number 341. Buyer
Thank
number
you.
341, $2,500. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, put those bidder numbers up. $2,500 gives us a flooring. $2,500. Where it now? $2,500. Any more for $2,500? Thank you guys very much for the $2,500.
Huge. 1,000 funds, windows and doors for one home. $1,000.
All right, I got 1,000 right here for buyer number 342. Buyer number 342 gives us $1,000. Windows and doors. Buyer number 372. Buyer number 372 for $1,000. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, put the paddles up for $1,000. 201 for $1,000. Buyer number 201 for $1,000. Keep them coming for $1,000. 421. Buyer number 421 for $1,000. 384. 384. 444. 444. 190. 190. All right, we're going. Paul David's in for $1,000.
Thank you,
Buyer
Paul
number
David.
Paul David. Right there. 344. 344's in for $1,000. Don't stop now. I'm having too much fun. What do we got? 303. 292. 303. 292. 205's in for $1,000. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, keep it coming. $1,000. This is for windows and doors, right?
Exactly. Windows and doors.
Windows and doors, $1,000. Everybody keep going now. Paddles up, 1,000. Do we have any more $1,000 donors in here? Now 1,000 have been right there, ma'am. 1, 2, 5. Buyer number 125 for $1,000. Any more for $1,000? It have been now 1,000.
Okay.
1,000. What else we got? Oh, don't stop now. $1,000 to buyer number 273. Buyer number 273 goes for $1,000. Anyone else?
Okay, we can sell this twice if we have to then. 500 supplies nails and hardware for one house. 500.
All right, all right, all right. $500 to buyer number 188. Buyer number 188 gets buyer number 188, 500. Buyer number 413 gets 500. Buyer number 373 gets 500. Buyer number 240, 500. 463, 500. 181, 500. 323, 500. 279, 500. Who's back there? 119, 500. 265 gets 500. 263 got 500. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, don't stop now. I still got a little air left in me. $500. Just stick your paddle up. I'll call your number out loud. You get $500. This is for nails. This is for supplies. $500. Hit it now. 500. Right there to 319. Buyer number 319 gets $500. Yep, still hear some noise. What do we got back here for $500? What number is it there? 132. Buyer number 132 for $500. Anybody else for $500 that have now 500?
Okay, last chance. Last chance. $250 will purchase lighting fixtures or interior blinds for one house. This is it, $250.
Are you heard, ladies and gentlemen? Last chance, $250. That's still a very good donation, though. It's still a very good, well-appreciated donation. $250. Put those numbers up for $250. Last chance, 257. 257 gets $250. Where are we at? $250 to buyer number 396. Buyer number 396 gives $250. Buyer number 266 gets $250. Buyer number 379 gives $250. 161, buyer number 161 gives $250. Buyer number 193, buyer number 193 gives $250. Buyer number 317, buyer number 321 gives $250. All right, come on, let's stop now. Let's don't stop now. Let's go. $250. Let's go. One-time pledge. Here we go. Let's keep going. Put them numbers up, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go with them now. Where? $250. Right there. I got some more noise back there. What number do we have? 332. Buyer number 332 is in for $250. What do you got, Chad? Buyer number 200. Buyer number 200 is in for $250. Oh, we got another one over there for $250. There we go. Buyer number 325. Buyer number 325 is in for $250. Ladies and gentlemen, last chance. Here we go. And even out $250, even out $250. Last chance for $250. Come on, everybody, put your hands together for $250, even out $250. Come on, come on.
Great job, Rick. Hey, thank you, everybody. That was fantastic. Big money. That was wonderful. Thank you for your hard work. Thanks for the guys who were helping. Thanks to everybody here for your giving spirit and all you've done for Habitat tonight. We really couldn't thank you enough. It has been, yes, it is time to party, Paul David. It has been my pleasure to serve as your mistress of ceremonies. Time now to take in the beautiful music of the Richard Brown Orchestra and make it a great rest of your evening. Thank you again for being here tonight. Good night, everybody.